Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. Oh. Oh, hi, Dinniker. My kitty decided that now was the time that she would jump, in my face. Hello, hello. Today, sorry for the boring thumbnail. First, I'll apologize about that. But, today, hello, Dinniker. Are you snoring while you're wide awake? Anyway, today, the title really says it all. I wanted to, do some Stego gameplay. So, today I will be surviving as a Stegolopterus, Stegosaurus on official Isle servers. So, bear with me while I pull up my own stream so I can link it to people. Hello. Because people have been telling me, how dare you stream and not let us know, we're not used to you streaming anymore. So I'm gonna do a thing. Stream is live. And then linky boo. Yay, we did it! Okay, anyway. Now I can actually, actually start doing my thing. So I want to make a Stego that is cute, and I don't want this like icy grey Stego. And the only reason why I'm like, I don't want this one, is because I mean, it's pretty, okay? Don't get me wrong, it's pretty, but the problem I have with it is that like everybody that I know that makes a Stego that likes these more neutral colors, they make this like ice Stego, and they're like, yeah, ice Stego. So I want to see if there's a way that I can maybe remove the saturation and make this Stego like completely grey. Grey-white Stego. See, like that's beautiful. White Stego. So I think I might actually go with this. But, I also might not. Let's see what else I could do here. I can leave the brightness on and maybe get rid of the saturation to make the belly look more white too. Yes! Look! Excuse me, I burped. And maybe I can do that. Should I do that with just everything? Just make it as pale as possible. This Stego grew up in a cave. But anyway, maybe I can look at different skin patterns. That one's kind of cool, but I think I'm going to stick with this one, because this one shows off more flashiness, which is going to get me more attention, which is going to result in psychopathy occurring. So anyway, probably going to go with this Stego, but let's look around. I have a nice pretty green one, a nice pretty brown one, a nice, that looks like a sunset Stego, a dark grey one. Ooh, another sunset Stego. Do I know that I have two sunset Stegos? Oh, I see. One is a brown sunset Stego, and the other one is more contrast with a black. The sunset Stego is really pretty, but I think I'm going to go with my pale Stegodon and just move all these sliders down to make it as monochromatic as possible. And here we go. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Oh my god, it's so dark. Oh my god, there's something really close to me. Why are there enemies everywhere? Just instant enemies everywhere. So the first thing we're gonna do is increase our run speed. And I do wonder if this is even a good one for Stego, but I just always go for the run speed ones, so I don't even care. We're doing it. Okay, where am I? Hiya, Paolo. Hello, hello. Oh my god, there's death everywhere. And I feel certain that things can see and hear me. And I can't see or hear them, so I'm gonna... Ooh. I can't tell where I am, it's just too bloody dark. But I have a feeling, because there's so much activity and I can see a human structure in this direction, I have a feeling... Oh! I have a feeling that I am at South Plains, which is probably going to result in me dying really quickly. Because... Oh! Ah! See, I told you it was probably going to result in me dying really quickly. And it did, because I could not see a predator that could see me. And me screaming and freaking out scared my cat. And my cat knocked over, like, my whole rig here, so give me just a moment to recover. Yeah, it's very dark. Scavenger species are like Troodon, and what else is considered a scavenger species? Definitely Troodon. Maybe here, I'll just give you a preview of... Huh, it's not showing any dinosaurs. I wonder what's going on. Uh-oh. Wait, no way! Does it just... What's going on? I think my game might have just frozen. So Generation 2 is humans, by the way. And I think, to be honest, I think my game is frozen, so I'm gonna do a little thing here. So yeah, scavenger species would be Velociraptor, but Velociraptor is not released in the Evrima version of the game yet. So, so unfortunately, Velociraptor is not among them, but definitely Troodon would be a scavenger. Omniraptor probably could be considered a scavenger to some extent. I never scavenge as an Omniraptor, but because you're fully capable of like doing AI and stuff, and if you go near a corpse, that's actually putting you at risk for getting attacked by whoever killed it. And bigger scavengers, because the biggest scavenger on the server, believe it or not, is Ceratosaurus. Ceratos can eat rotten food, they can eat fresh kills, like as you saw, I just got killed as a Stego by a Ceratosaurus. You couldn't see it, but I could tell by the sounds it was making that it was a Cerato. And I don't want to get stream sniped, so I am going to choose my my server. off screen because stream sniping is like a major problem in this game apparently. Let's see, let's find a server that is well populated. This one. And probably Pteranodon is considered a scavenger, and they can fly, so they have a pretty easy life. You can definitely do that at Paolo. There's tons of ways to play this game. It's very open world. It's very, you decide your play style. And if you come up with a clever way to be like an awesome scavenger as any animal, go for it. But yeah, the ones that I think were meant to be scavengers are like Troodon, which is also a predator if it has enough other Troodons to pack with. But Troodon, Pteranodon, Ceratosaurus, because it can eat bones and everything else. And I'll just do a quick showcasing of them just so you can see. Troodons are super cute. And I recently made a new skin that I really like. Look at this skin. Look how beautiful that is. Those blue color are the male markings. Like, how gorgeous is that? So, and the inside of their mouth is also like that blue color. But then I have this blue one, and this is my vibrant green, don't fuck with me dart frog skin. Oh, you can't see! Stupid me! Okay, maybe now you can see. Yeah, I just switched the thing over, so hopefully it will. But the screen is blank. Okay, now it's working. Alright, so this is my first skin that I was showing you that I'm like super proud of that I created. It's just really grey. I like the monotone colours, but I like how the belly is like a lighter grey. But those male colours really shine through in this skin, and this is my favourite Troodon skin now. But I have another favourite, and I'll show it to you in a moment. But I love this one. This is another one I designed that's super pretty and is based on a skin that Rock designed for me that was like purple for a raptor. But I just did blue for this one because unfortunately Troodons, they don't have the purple color. Well, they do have the purple color. Anyway, this is my dart frog skin, which is super cute. And another blue skin. Maybe I'll make this one the purple one. This is my other favorite color scheme for my Troodons. I will definitely do a Troodon video soon, but I wanted to go with Stego because I hear a lot of people talking about Stego and how Stego's not getting very much love. This is my pink and purple Troodon. And I was like, you know, I guess it's true that and I think I am gonna, which one am I gonna change? I'll probably change this one to the purple. Purple Troodon. And maybe we can lower the brightness to make that look more purple. I have noticed that if I put blue next to purple, it does kind of bring out the purple a little bit more, so maybe we'll go with this. And then we'll go for the underbelly colours that are like more vibrant, like maybe this. Yes, bitch, yes. Should we? No, we definitely should not do that. And then look how cute. And what should I do with the eyes? Should I? Yeah, I like that. Look at this Troodon. Anyway, so this is a Stego video, so let me go back to my Stego. Let's see if we get a better spawn this time and maybe like survive a little bit longer. I'm sticking with the pale skin just because that's what I'm sticking with. Let's just turn the saturation down. In fact, I might just save it with all the saturations turned down. That way I don't have to keep doing this. And confirm. Okay, bye Paolo. Nice seeing you in the chat again. I am doing well, thank you. Thank you. Alright, so, and I hope you're doing well too. Alright, photosynthetic tissue. Voila. Okay, we are in a better location, I think. I think if I go over the hill that way, I will actually be in, like hillside. I think I'm gonna go for the sanctuary there. Do you hear that distant roar? That is a Ceratosaurus. Super scary, horrifying. That's the thing that killed me just a moment ago. Look at my fat little chonker. He's so cute. She is so cute. I think I selected female. Did I? I did. Okay. She is so cute. Baby, I'm together. Sorry. You know I have to do a little bit of chapel. P.S. I feel like playing a heavy dino in this game, such as Bronc, would be so hard. Yeah, yeah, probably. The bigger dinosaurs are hard to like grow to that point because they spend so much time being vulnerable. But I do feel like once they become big, they are, especially Stego is kind of like, if you are a decent Stego player, which I like to think of myself as, then you know you're pretty okay. But we shall see. I know you could barely see anything. I'm so sorry about that. I did try to fix like the gamma and stuff so that it would be a little bit brighter in my streams. I'm not seeing that. I'm still having a hard time seeing because the gamma and the saturation is just normal on my screen. But I was hoping to maybe help people watching my stream be able to see a little bit better, because I noticed if you're watching from a device like an iPhone or something like that, or an iPad, you just can't see whatever is on the screen. Whereas if you're watching from a computer for some reason, or like a television screen, for some reason it is a little bit more visible. But on a phone it's just like really hard to see. Thankfully the sun is rising. Here comes the sun, do do do. Here comes the sun, I say. Look at my chonker. So I'm going for that sanctuary, which actually going for sanctuaries is probably stupid. And the reason why is because people like to camp at the sanctuaries and baby snipe. You know, as babies are going in and out of the sanctuary, they just get eaten. And especially when you're a baby stego, you're easy to kill and you're tons of food. So I will be a massive target, and I'm like super visible, which I did on purpose. And I don't know, we'll see how we'll see how detrimental it is. If I just cannot grow because things can see me across the screen, then I'll probably stop doing it. But I figured, you know, I'm making content here, might as well like wear a neon sign, right? Yes, the dinosaur that killed me was another player. There's only PvP in this game right now. The only thing that can kill me that isn't another player is like a boar. And that's pretty much it. But yes, it is online and PvP. So every other dinosaur that we see is going to be a player. And this is an official server, so there are no rules. I mean, there are rules, you know, you can cheat and stuff, but there's no like established rules. Am I running to south? I am, and I really don't want to be at south, so we're just gonna backtrack. Because that's literally where I died a moment ago. But what was I saying? Yeah, like every other animal that we see in the game is another player. And the official servers, I mean, you can definitely cheat. So I suppose there are rules, quote unquote, but there's no rules like you can just run around and kill everyone if you want, or you can avoid everyone and never play with anyone. You can be a herbivore and kill everything you see. You can kill other herbivores. You can do whatever you want. And so because there are no rules and people are people, it's one of the most dangerous places to try to grow an animal, because people will kill you for no reason. And when you're playing a stego, you could run up to another stego and be like, oh look, a friend, and they're like, yeah, friend, and then they just kill you. So yeah, you have to be really careful about trusting people when you are on the official servers. But I'm running back toward the area where I spawned in at, and I think what I'm gonna do actually is go for water access, and from there I will go to another area, because if I'm gonna feed anybody, I want to feed a raptor. I don't want to feed all these. So that call you hear, that super eerie high-pitched call, that is a Dilophosaurus, and you can tell by the one that sounds like a telephone. That one, that's a baby Dilophosaurus. But then there's the bigger one that sounds more like an owl, and that one is an adult. So they have the prettiest voices in the game for sure, but they are one of the ugliest dinosaurs. Still very cool looking, but definitely ugly. And by the way, if I were an adult stego and I took that fall, my weight would have killed me. So you have to be careful about drop downs. You can't be careless like I was being there, but I got away with it because I'm a fresh spawn still. But yeah, so creating a pack is like cooperative play. Yes, and I do play with friends and with my pack animals like raptors, for example, and you will meet them. I have a new friend named Rock, who has been my rock when it comes to the Isle, really. He's been tremendously helpful. His playstyle is very similar to mine. We have like an avoidant survival kind of playstyle. Let me see if this is actually food or if it's, yeah, it's not. So when you sniff, do you see how there's like that thing at the top of my screen? That's actually your compass, and when it points upward like that, that's north, and when it points down like that, that's south. And this is supposed to be a play on like dinosaurs and birds' ability to sense the electromagnetic field of the world. And then all of those little icons that you see are things that my animal can smell. There is a sanctuary that way where little babies can grow in a thicket that larger animals can't fit in. And all of these leaves are plants that I can eat, but that don't offer me any special nutrients that give me like growth time buffs and stuff like that. So I'm gonna eat it to put some nutrients in my belly. Look how beautiful my Stego is. Okay. But the goal is to actually find food that is nutrient dense. So what I want to do is find a place where the plants that are growing will offer nutrients to me. But anyway, so yeah, so Rock is, you're going to be seeing a lot of him. He helps me survive. I have another friend, Zeno, who may or may not pop in and play with me. Nameless Singer said that she would. Jack might pop in and be a dinosaur. So I will definitely have some cooperative play. And if you guys feel like popping in and playing with me, you're more than welcome. I would love to have you guys. So if you decide that this looks fun and you want to join, just let me know and we can plan it. One thing I don't want to do is get us stream sniped, because this community in particular loves stream sniping. So we'll be like really discreet with servers and stuff like that. But yeah, if you want to join, I would love to have you. And that sound that you heard, that like, that is a pteranodon, the flying reptile, not a dinosaur. I love paleontology, by the way, which, when you said according to paleontologists, I was like, I love this. I love it so much. I have a favorite paleontologist. I've been obsessed with dinosaurs like my whole life. And the way that I found this game actually was, I was thinking to myself, you know, we have the capabilities. There are like good graphics and stuff now, and this was like 8 years ago. I was like, I wonder if anyone's made like a dinosaur game. And I just Googled dinosaur game and I found this, and I was like, oh my god, this is exactly what I'm looking for. You can like be a dinosaur. And that's how I found this game, and I've been in love with it ever since. Love, love, love it. And there's even lore to this game, which I failed to be like a lore queen of Elden Ring. It's definitely a lore enthusiast, but I was more a fan than I was a creator. I want to get ahead of the lore in this game, because this game is still in development. It's not finished yet. I want to get ahead of the lore for this game, and I definitely want to be like one of the top lore creators, if possible, of the Isle. So as soon as there is a goodly amount of things to say about the story of this game, I'm going to be doing that. And I think I'm headed toward West Access right now, which is good and well, because that will take me to West Ridge from here, which is one place where I can reliably grow pretty well. I know the map pretty well because I have been playing the game for a long time. Yes, this game has lore. So the island that we're on and everything, it's hard to say whether we are in an alternate past or in the distant future or what time period this is. All of the human structures and human computers and stuff like that, everything looks very 80s, 90s, but that could just be an aesthetic choice. But the point is that this island is basically kind of like Jurassic Park. And there are lots of different dinosaurs on it, but there's human structures. Do you see that big building over the cliff? It's a giant terrarium. And you can't get inside of it for now. But that there have been other giant terrariums on the map, and they've removed them and blah 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 blah. Anyway, there's human structures all over the park. I'm gonna call it the park because it's very Jurassic Park-esque. And there's roads, which we're about to find, which are obviously human-made roads. And from what I know of the story so far, humans made these dinosaurs for whatever reason unknown. Humans made these dinosaurs. There are soldiers who, we don't know if they're just like mercenaries hired by the park people or what their deal is, but there are these park workers that you can play as, and all they come with for now is a torch, and on some servers they have a gun, and on other servers they don't. But they have a torch that they can light. And when I say a torch, I mean like, for Americans who are going to think I'm talking about a stick that you light on fire, I'm talking about a flashlight. They have a flashlight, and they have sometimes they have a gun, or they don't, but they are capable of kicking animals, and they have terrible night vision. So anyway, humans are like an easy target for most of the predators in this game. And here is a road that I was talking about. But yeah, so anyway, humans made the dinosaurs, and then whether or not they're like just letting them out or the dinosaurs escaped, I don't know. But when you go look through the human structures, it's obvious that at some point a disaster that was unforeseen happened, and the dinosaurs got out and were, you know, a threat to human life. But there's other things going on. There's like these weird mutant hybrids of dinosaurs and what looks like humans, and they're calling them quote-unquote tribals, and they are also trying to survive on the island, and they are, you know, a tremendous threat. So, and there's some nutrients over there. I think I'll go for that really quick. Which those hexagons represent carbohydrates, and these are marigolds. So the marigolds are carbohydrates. But anyway, so reptilians are a real plot twist. Yeah. Yeah, reptilian tribals that are trying to survive on the server. And all I know about them right now, for sure, is that they are weird mutant things, and that they're not released yet, they're not out. They will be able to build across the map, like little forts, little like rough forts made of sticks and stuff like that, and they will be able to quote unquote tame or like put harnesses on and weaponize dinosaurs and stuff like that, which I'm not sure how that's going to work game wise. Like, I don't know if they can capture and quote unquote tame player characters, and then when they do that you lose your dinosaur to, you know, your dinosaur becomes AI, or if you get to play as a tamed dinosaur. I really don't get it. I don't know how that's going to work, but anyway, that's going to be a thing, and the people who work at the park are supposed to be trekking through the park, trying to put the park back online, not to recreate the park and get it back up and running, but to get it back up and running so that they have somewhere to survive and so that they can be extracted from the island. So there's going to be lots of dinosaur on human violence, dinosaur on dinosaur violence, and humans against tribal mutant monsters. And really, really cool stuff. Yes, yes, I love that too. Especially from the side, you can see it really well. Like, here's my little plates. You can see they have a fleshy attachment point. But yeah, I love my little Stego. My little Stegodon. And when she gets threatened, she can raise her tail and swing. So she's got her defenses. But for right now, her biggest defense is she's trying to be quiet and move swiftly, because she's pale and can be seen from far away. Which is how I'm making it hard mode. Yes, survival of the fittest. And depending on what animal you are, you know, your intellect makes you very fit. So it's not all about the physical capabilities. So I try to play clever. I try to avoid people in order to survive. But there's loads of different play styles. And some are better for content creation than others. Like, some people like to just get out here, get into fights, have fun, and then move on. And that really does create the best content, in my opinion. But I like to actually survive, which it's a survival game, so the goal is to survive. So that's what I like to do. But some people do well surviving, being sweaty and having a good time just killing everything or whatever they want to do. So anyway, I wonder if this plant is on my diet. It's not. Yeah, it's only 20 USD, so it's really cheap. And what you want to make sure that when you install it, that you go to the Evrima public branch, because there are different versions of this game, and there's a really old school version of this game that's very outdated, that was not using Unreal Engine 5. And you don't want to play on that version because it's very different. It's not as good. Oh, I thought I heard something that scared me. My goodness, there's terrible animals everywhere. Everywhere. Okay, I think I actually have to go up that way. Yeah, I don't think I can just follow down there. I think I have to go up that way. What I'm looking for now is a pond that I know is kind of nearby. Because as you can see, my little water droplet in the corner there, that's my level of hydration, it's my bladder. And I definitely need to drink some water. So, I don't know where I am, honestly. I'm lost. I'm gonna try to get up this hill. This could prove futile. Yeah, it's looking a little steep. I don't think I'm gonna make it up this hill. No. Alright, so we'll just go round for miles. All of those big carnivores like to just roar and roar and roar. Are you still a baby, Stego? Yes, I'm still a baby. You can see here, I'm like a tiny baby. And I can get much, much bigger. I'm a tiny, tiny baby. I look kind of big though, but it's an illusion. I'm a tiny baby. A wee tiny little thing, a fresh spawn, a fresh little Stego nugget. I think I went the wrong way somewhere, somewhere back there. And I'm fairly certain this is going to bring me to the beach. This is the beach. And I don't know if I can swim around. Let me see. If I can swim around to another place to climb up. Or if I will run out of stamina before that happens. So I think I just have to really backtrack, which sucks. Because it's a lot of wasted time. Yeah, it is a little bit too bright, isn't it? I'm sorry about that. I'm just... So much of this game is really dark. I have my graphics turned down for the shadows so that the shadows look abysmal. But when the game is dark, it's like so hard to see that I thought it was worth the trade-off because the game is dark more than it's bright. But no, the game is not this bright naturally. It's a little bit on the dull side actually. Yeah, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous animal. Like they did such a good job with the models. Excuse me. They did a really good job with the animal models. But I think they've done a really good job with the environment too, like the plants. Oh, I can't get up. I don't think I'm going to be able to get up anywhere over there, so I'm just trying to avoid places that sound heavily populated. And this direction just sounds full of animals, so I'm really nervous about going this way. But it looks like I don't really have a choice. And so because I'm a baby, I have tons and tons and tons of stam. But the reality is, when I get just a little bit older, I won't be able to sprint everywhere like I am doing right now. But the reason why I'm sprinting so much is because I'm more vulnerable at this stage in my life than I will be at any other stage. So I'm keeping my eyes peeled, keeping very alert, and I'm gonna do one of the biggest things you can do when you're brightly colored like this to camouflage yourself right now. So cute! And now I'm going to run this way as swiftly as possible. And hopefully, even though I look really heavily powdered now, hopefully I'll be harder to detect for predators. I look like a powdered donut. Yes. Yeah, this game has so many good things in it. You will grow over time no matter what you do, but you can eat certain plants with nutrients for your species at certain growth stages that will give you growth buffs. So if you see in the corner over my stomach, you see how my stomach is like, what, 75% depleted? Yeah, 67% depleted. These right here are the nutrients that will give me growth buffs. Right now, I have a good diet because I only have one nutrient up to 30%. What I want to get is, and that's carbohydrates, I want to get lipids, proteins, and carbohydrates as high as I can with a good diet. And that will put me at great diet, which will give me growth buffs. So if you see here, because I have a good diet, my growth rate is increased by 30%. And my blood regen is increased. So if I increase that nutrient, carbohydrate, to 100%, and then my other two, protein and lipids, to 100%, it will give me like this huge growth rate buff. And decrease the amount of time it will take for me to grow. Yes, like the mud when it's wet is shiny and a different shade, and as it dries it starts looking matte and changes color. It catches the light different, so it really helps you camouflage. And if it starts raining, the rain will wash the mud off of me. And this isn't the only version of camouflage that you can get. If you swim in a pond that has a lot of duckweed in it, you can cover your animal in duckweed, which is green, and will give you some green camouflage as well. Yeah, very, very cool stuff. But you can see the mud also looks like it's kind of coming off now. Like as it dries, it's slowly like falling away and more white is showing. It's also because I'm growing. So I have more like surface area that is new skin cells that were not covered in mud. Alright, let's see. There should be water nearby, and that's what I'm looking for. There are so many animals here that I was not expecting to... Okay, there's water in this direction. Do you see that droplet with like the swirl around it? That's how you smell water. So it's in this direction. Most of the time there aren't really a whole lot of other people at this pond. But there are some content creators recently who have pointed out that this pond is here. And now all of a sudden this pond went from having nobody at it and like the perfect place to grow to now it's like a hot spot for people. So I hope there's nobody here. but the odds are there's probably going to be somebody here. But I'll show you what you can do with water here in just a second. There's so many scary animals and they sound so close. Okay, so the first thing you want to do whenever you're approaching a body of water, because there are crocodiles in this game, is you want to sniff and see if you smell anything dead in the water. If there's anything dead inside the water, there's probably a crocodile in that water. I don't smell anything, so I could wash off my camo in the water as well, but because it sounds like there are so many animals nearby, I actually don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna keep as much of my camo going as possible for now. And I'm just gonna drink. But you can, if I wanted to, I could just get inside the water and it would rinse off all the mud. And I smelled carbohydrates over here, so I'm actually going to go get those carbs and increase my growth rate a little bit. Okay, they're right there. They're probably marigolds again. Uh-oh. Do you see that chicken bone? So that chicken bone is showing me that something died over there. So I'm actually going to go this way and get the protein instead of going over there to get the carbs. And that's a predator that's calling from that direction, so hopefully this is just a body. Oh, there is something over here. There's something in every direction. I'm so fucked. Alright, we're gonna have to sneak out of here somehow, so I'm just gonna go for the woods over here. And hope nothing saw me. Oh, terrifying. So there's something in that direction. And there's something like over there. I think I'll go for those lipids right there. There's something over there too. Oh, you guys. What am I gonna do? I'm probably gonna get eaten. Okay, I see the source of the protein. I'm gonna eat. I know, right? Dondi said he did that on purpose, by the way, the guy who created the game. He's very Miyazaki-esque. And he was like, I purposely made these dinosaurs like super cute so that when they get torn away from you and their bowels like ripped out of their bellies and eaten alive, that you will feel like that horrific visceral moment more deeply. Like, what kind of sadistic shit is this? Okay, so I'm actually just gonna hide in this bush for now and wait for my tummy to decrease a little bit, because there's more food right there, and I think it's more protein, but there's lipids right over there. So if I get some more lipids, my diet will increase even more from great to perfect. And so the great diet, as before you saw, before I had just a good diet. And hi Spud, yeah, this is the first time you've ever been late. Hi Messy Jessie. But yeah, so my diet previously was good, and it just gave me a growth regen and a bleed regen. With a great diet, I have also a health regen and a bleed resist increase. Bleed resist is really good because one of the worst ways to be taking damage in this game is taking damage over time to your bleed. The really cool thing about the way they did bleed in this game is they gave every dinosaur like a threshold of bleed. So you have like a pool of blood that you can afford to lose. And once you get past that certain threshold, you've bled out basically. And it's really cool the way you bleed out, because just like in real life, like you can start to hear your heart beating, and then your vision slowly starts fading because like your body is so low on blood oxygen that like you can't, your vital organs and systems failure occurs. And it's just so cool. Like they've done so many really cool things, and even that they have a little EKG down here at the bottom is really cool. What does irritate me about the EKG is that like you can see right here we've skipped a beat, so there's a missing QRS. We have like some weird thing going on with the P wave and the ST wave, so there's like this EKG is ugly, but but there is an EKG, and because it's green, you know that my animal's health is good. This EKG will accelerate and turn yellow when I've been injured. It will accelerate and turn orange when I've been grievously injured, and it will accelerate and turn red when I've been terribly injured. So it's really, really cool. Yes, it's been in development for a really long time. The community is so fussy. There are so many science nerds in this community, and they are so fussy and so particular and so spoiled and bratty, that the standard with which the devs have been in development has been so high for so long that I really feel like people who've been playing this game for a long time, a lot of us take for granted how good this game is so far and how well developed it is up to this point. And as you can tell, I'm definitely a fangirl of the developers. My favorite is Kiss and Kitten. I think she's one of us, guys. I think she's one of us. But you'll know what I mean when you hear her voice someday. But I love Kiss and Kitten. She's my favorite. But I also do really like Dondi, who is the creator. He's basically the Miyazaki of this game. And yeah, it's good shit. So I hope that you guys come to enjoy this as much as I do. And if you guys ever want to come play with me, I will I will be letting you guys know, like my core community members, which, you know, all of you guys who are here, my friends, I will be letting you know next time I'm having a thing where, like, if you want to play with me and you don't have the game, I will buy it for you because it's really cheap and I like supporting the devs. So if you don't want to spend the 20 USD but you do want to play, just hold out to my next Play With Me event and I'll buy it for you. We do. We need more Miyazakis. Oh, it's a banana tree. Can I eat it? Oh, it's too high for me. Oh, no, it's not too high for me. Look how my Stego stands up. Look how cute. She's like, I can reach that. She's so cute. Okay, so let's try to get out of here. Did you hear that? I think that was a Dilophosaurus. Dilophosaurus is one of the most frightening predators in this game because they are so fast. It was a Dilo, listen to her. They are so fast and they're venomous, and if they bite you, they can cause hallucinations, but those hallucinations activate the part of your brain that distinguishes like reality from fantasy. And every time one of those hallucinations bites you, it actually does damage to you. It causes your animal to panic, and it does further bleed to you. So, and it's really the venom working on you. But you actually see a Dilo come and bite you. And that does damage to you. And it's so cool the way they designed it. It's kind of like in Red Dead Redemption 2, when you start having those hallucinations of that guy with the gun, and he's like running at you, or like the shovel or whatever he's got, and he's like running at you, and you have to shoot him in order to make him disappear. It's just like that. You have to hit those imagined Dilos. You have to hit them before they hit you, or they do like big damage. Stegosaurus is a herbivore, so that's why the only thing you've seen me eat and will see me eat on this animal are plants. And luckily I do have a goodly amount of food in this direction because the Dilos are coming from behind me. And it's starting to get dark, and the other thing about Dilophosaurus that makes them so frightening is that they have perfect night vision. So when it gets so dark that I can't see, they can still see me perfectly. And I'll show you what I'm talking about at some point in the future. But it's one of the things that makes Dilophosaurus and Troodon two of the most frightening animals to hear in the dark when you can barely see, because they can see you perfectly. So very, very frightening. And it's actually darker. Like, Stego has night vision too. Let me show you what happens if I turn my night vision off. This is how dark it really is. But Stego can see in the dark about as well as like a dog can. So when I turn my night vision on, I can see a little bit better. But the night does get much darker, and it's full of terrors. And we're hearing some of them cry out to us right now. So anyway, I'm gonna work my way out of this area. And I do have to swim like across some, like a bay area pretty soon. And when I do that, it will wipe off all of my camera. So I will be highly, highly visible swimming out in the middle of the ocean. So I'm hoping to get to the bay by the time night has fallen pretty heavily. I think it's just in this direction. Yeah, it should be northerly, so I think it is in this direction. Okay, I think that's the bay just there, you guys. Yes, Stegosaurus has a thagomizer at the end of its tail that is made of stiffened ligaments and bone and super rigorous tendons that allow Stego to swing its tail, its spiked tail, very swiftly and very hard, like an ankylosaurus, and do big damage just because it hit you, but also big damage with those sharp spikes. Do you see those spikes? So that's called a Stegosaurus thagomizer. And I think the plates are really mostly just for display, but they can probably also take pretty good damage without causing, you know, much harm to the Stego. So to some degree, I suppose they act kind of like a defense, but not really. They're mostly just a display. But that thagomizer is defensive and can do tremendous damage. It's actually the biggest damaging thing in the game right now. So so I am a formidable animal with self-defense, but not as a baby. And right now, I'm a teensy-weensy baby. So I have to be really careful because I'm basically a walking hamburger. I can still defend myself even as a baby, depending on how big the animal is that attacks me. But the likelihood of me successfully fending off a predator at this size, if the predator is fully grown, it is low, just so you guys know. Like, pretty much the only thing I'm going to be able to protect myself from at this size are other babies. Alright, so that's pretty much my destination on the other side of the bay there. So I'm nearly there, and there is a pond over there that I should be able to drink from, because I've noticed my water is kind of low again. But I am out in the open. If anything starts venturing toward the beach, it will see me very clearly, so I'm going to try to quickly get back to the cover of the bush. But look at the skybox, guys. Look how gorgeous. And there was the moon, there was Ronnie's dark moon. The skybox is gorgeous. And do you see in the distance how the sky is like electrified? That's because there is an electromagnetic force field boundary that even Pteranodon like can't fly over it, because it's like a dome all the way around us. And the further away you are from it, you start to not be able to see it, but we're kind of close to it right here, so you can see it. It's glowing that like electrified blue in the distance. So really cool stuff. Can't wait till more lore drops so that we can like determine all of that stuff. Asuna says, can you show a little of how to fight at this size? I have a Stego on an official and I have no idea how to react if anything finds me. Yes, I will do that. I'm not going to do it yet, but I will definitely do a little bit of showcasing how to fight. I'll do it in maybe like 5-ish minutes once I've swum across the bay there. Because right now I'm in danger, and if stuff hears me like swinging and making my little grunts and stuff. Oh no! It's a taco! I hate that there's a taco because predators will come running to eat that taco and then they'll find me. So I have to really hurry now. But yes, as soon as I get to the other side, and get like a little bit away where things aren't going to hear me, I will show you some Stego moves. So the thing about Stego in combat is Stego drains a lot of stamina with every swing of its tail, because it's a big animal, and you know, even when you are a big animal, you aren't just infinitely strong. Like, it takes a lot of energy to swing that tail. So interestingly enough, when you do so, it tuckers you out kind of swiftly. Does big damage, but it makes you tired. So I'm actually going to start walking and hopefully regen that stamina back. And then we'll get into the water. Do you see over there that sandbar basically is what it looks like, of that bit of beach? That's where we're going. Alright, I'm just gonna go for it as soon as I get to the tip of this ridge here. Alright, get ready to see me turn white. Bloop! I don't see anything behind us, thankfully. A chicken nugget on the plate. I know, right, Spud? Taco of death. And it's so weird to be out in the open like this and to just be like, look how white I am! Yeah, I'm like a beacon. Like, hello, I'm here. But hopefully we'll make it to the other side before our stamina goes too low. Yeah, it's actually blue. I just took all the saturation out, and so it looks very, very white. I wanted to do hard mode, so I made my Stego super visible. So my Stego is hyper visible and basically albino. But my gameplay style is very different, Asuna, than like Gopachi's, for example. I am much more like patient and chill and quiet and avoidant. I'm nowhere near as entertaining as Gopachi. So sorry if I get boring relatively quickly. That's so pretty. What a good idea for a challenge. Yeah. I probably should have put it in the title, actually. It's like, albino Stego. Can I grow this albino Stego? Which, you know, maybe that will be the title for part 2 of this or something like that. But I will definitely showcase how this little Stego burger defends herself. But I need to get to the other side. My goodness, it's Stego. Look at her little feet. She's so cute. Pink tips. Pink tips. She actually, they're actually grey, but they do look kind of pink in the dark. Alright, so She made it out. We made it! But we do have to run for the water that's like kind of in that direction. I'm going to stop and eat some of this. My favorite color, purple. I just want to see. Good, it's on my diet. Did you hear that? That was a baby crocodile. And that was a Ceratosaurus. Did you hear it again? They're so cute. Baby crocodiles are really cute. Yay, my Stegodon. My Stegosaurus. She looks like the moon. I should just name her Ronnie. And she's literally Ronnie colors too. Little Ronnie. My beloved. Alright, I think I have to swim again. Which, that's okay. I'll just swim again. Did you hear that big splash? So other animals can hear that too. So I'm really hoping nothing did hear it. Can I sit here? Oh. I'm like, did you hear that splash? Yeah, so other animals can hear that too. Makes a second splash. The pew pew of baby crocs is so cute. It really is. It's very, very cute. I love it. Whomp, 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 whomp. Look how cute! If this Stego dies, which it's going to most likely, but when it happens, I'll be so heartbroken. This cute little baby. Little Rani. I'll do my best, Spud. I'll do my best to keep little Rani alive. Oh my god, swim faster. I guess it would be kind of hard to swim very fast with these stubby legs. Look at her little belly. Her belly. She's so chubby wubby. That's what I'll say whenever I see a predator, like, foul trespasser. What dost thou seeketh with thine thagomizer? Look at my shadow. So cute. I'm nearly there. Okay, we finally made it. Let's see if I can smell the water from here. Because I really need it soon. Oh, there's food in that direction. There's the water, just like straight ahead. Look at my waddle. Sorry you guys are hearing my Discord blow up. I don't know who's messaging me. I'm not gonna check. I'm just gonna have to wait. I'm so sorry. Maybe I can smell the water again? Okay, there's food. This might be a good place to grow for a little while, as there's water straight ahead. It's a fairly obscure little pond. And then there's food all around me. So it might be a really good place to grow for a while. It's also in the woods, which for a baby stego, it's like the best place to be. Who's blowing up my Discord? Okay, I'm getting close. Okay, stop and sniff, see if anything's dead down there. Look up to the trees. Because there's a kind of iguana looking animal called a Herarosaurus. Herarosaurus, Efrain. And it is like a drop bear, and it will pretty much like two-shot me if it's up there. So you need to be very cautious. I think I'm alone here. I'm gonna walk really slowly so I'm quiet. And even if there is something nearby, maybe it won't notice me. Moon-colored dinosaur. Maybe they won't notice me. Of course, I start making horrible noises. Herarosaurus. Yes. Herarosaurus. Nearly done drinking, and then I can disappear into the woods. Okay. Now we can go back this way and get those carbs. Carbs and lipids. I'm so scared, by the way. I don't know if you guys are scared. I'm scared. I'm gonna get eaten. I don't want to be eaten. But yeah. Most players just kind of want to have like that adrenaline experience. So most of them don't spend a lot of time searching through the woods, which is how I'm able to successfully survive out here. It's just kind of relying on people being that predictable. It looks like the sun is coming up. Yes, the sun is coming up. So for now, I think I'm relatively safe. I will show you how Stegosaurus defends itself. So you can do things like, you have a bite, and you have that little beak. So that bite is actually the most effective way to defend your baby if your baby is being attacked by things like troodons and omniraptors and stuff like that. So do not swing your tail by a baby Stegosaurus because you will kill your own baby. And in fact, a lot of predators kind of rely on that, and they bait noob Stegosauruses into killing their own babies. Bye, Efrain. Have a lovely day. Please don't get eaten. I will do my best. But yeah, so biting does very small damage, but when you are fully grown Stegosaurus, it's actually a really good way of fending off small predators when you're trying to defend a baby. When you are not fully grown and when you're fully grown, the best way to defend yourself when you're alone is to use your tail. Now there are a couple of ways to do this. You can press the Alt button and look in a direction and then swing your tail. Oops. But what you have to do is you press, I'm gonna walk while I do it so I don't roar again. But you press the right click to raise your tail. So this is your offensive stance. And as you can see, we're legs apart, knees bent, just like a sword master. So our Stego knows that she's well armed. And if I were to just click in a direction with my mouse button, it will just do a quick swing, and you can do that relatively quickly. But if you see my stamina is going down really swiftly from doing that. The other thing that you can do is you can keep this held and press the Alt button and then swing. And when you hold the Alt button and then swing, you do this like slower, more casual swing, and you have a lot more control over where you're hitting, but there's like a timer on it, so it's kind of slow, kind of unreliable, and I think you can only do it within a certain percentage of your stamina, because like I'm spamming it and it's not always coming out. So but anyway, so what you want to do as a Stego at any growth stage is people are going to wait for you to swing your tail and exhaust yourself. Do you see how just these few swings my stamina is already like below half? It's a really effective way to kill Stego if you bait out attacks. So a lot of agile predators like raptors and ceratos are going to try to get you to swing at them and miss. And they will whittle you down, and every time you miss, it opens you up because you can't attack immediately after that. You have to like go through a cooldown period, and in that cooldown period, they're going to come in and bite you. So the best thing to do as a Stego is to not let them bait attacks. You wait for them to really come within striking distance. And what I normally do is I know the first attack or the first two attacks are going to be bait, and so I let them come and maybe even bite me the first time, and I do not react. I mean, I'm looking at them and everything, but I don't hit them. As soon as they feel safe and they come in for, you know, their bite, that's when I hit them with the rapid tail swing, because you can do that rapid tail swing like twice in quick succession. Most of the time, if you're a full adult, nothing is going to survive like those two swift tail swings. If you are a baby, you're going to have to rely on them relying on you being baited. You have to play this game with them, and you have to outsmart them. They are going to try to bait you to attack, do not let them. You predict where they're going to be when they actually come to attack you, and you swing for that location where they aren't even at yet, because you swing slow. So you swing for where you expect them to be in a moment if they're actually going to bite you. And if you miss that swing, what I tend to do if I miss a swing is instantly just run ahead a little bit, because if you sprint out of the location that you were just at, now they have to recalibrate. Okay, well, she's running, should I just chase her? If I sprint for like 2 seconds and then turn back around and I'm ready to swing at you, if you started chasing me, you're wide open for me to smack you. So the goal here, with playing Stego, is to play this mind game with your predators, because they are going to try to exhaust you, and you don't want to be exhausted. All you have to do is hit them like 3 or 4 times. I try, black man, I try. But yeah, so Stego is, it's not easy to sort out how to play it well, because it's easy to sort out, it's easy for other people to not know how to approach you, and you just swing stupidly and kill them. It's much more difficult to be a good Stego player, I think. Because people aren't expecting for you to be not easily baited. People are expecting you to be aggressive. People are expecting you to be stupid and slow and lumbering, and then swing, miss, and get bit in the face. But if you play cleverly and you're anticipating where they're going to hit you and when, and that they're going to try to get you to bait, they're going to try to bait attacks from you. If you're anticipating all of that, you can beat them at their own game. I thought Kate had an avoidant style. Didn't know she had all this knowledge. I do have an avoidant style, but just because I'm avoidant doesn't mean I don't know how to fight. It's just like being a leftist or a Democrat. Just because I'm not gun obsessed doesn't mean I won't blow your fucking brains out if you come for my people. You see? Yay! I'm glad it's soon enough. I'm really glad. Would love to see this in action. We might actually see this in action soon, because I don't think I'm going to be leaving this little pond anytime soon, and there are so many animals in close vicinity, close proximity, that I think I'm eventually gonna end up in an altercation. Me too. Me too. Okay, let's see. What I really need is lipids, so I'm gonna go for those pills on my sniffer. That's what they look like to me. They look like 2 acetaminophen, don't they? Let's all go for a Tylenol now. The sun shines heading my way. Speaking of Tylenol, look how white I am. Frosty white. Frosty white. All those dials. Oh, it's another banana tree. So we get to watch my Stego stand up. Watch this, you guys. Watch this. It's so cute. Look how cute. She's so adorable. I think I'm gonna stay right here. and just continuously eat from this banana tree for a little bit. Because if you look at my nutrients, I have a perfect diet now. 97% increased growth rate. I'm still a fresh spawn baby, so I'm still hugely vulnerable. But look at all of the resists that I have now. And I have stamina regen increase, locked health regen, growth rate. I just had a growth spurt. I don't know if you saw the screen shift. That was me having a growth spurt. So yeah, super good diet equals super good growth potential, etc. So I'm gonna kind of stick by this banana tree and eat these lipids for a little bit, and then I'm gonna go to carbs, and then I'll go back to protein. But look how pretty my Stego is. Her little purple little eyes. Her little purple little eyes. Oh, that was a Stegosaurus. That weird screech. I love when she stands up on her hind legs for some reason. See how my stomach is blinking yellow and green? That's because it's like super filled to capacity. If I were to eat another bite with my stomach glowing like that, it's highly probable that I would vomit from overeating. So you can overeat in this game and you can vomit. And when you vomit, it decreases all of your nutrients that are giving you these diet buffs. So all of your diet buffs go away and your stomach is emptied to like a quarter of its capacity. So then you would have to urgently eat again, but you can't do it immediately, because if you eat while you are sick from having vomited, you will just vomit again. And then you have to like wait for the cooldown. And I think the cooldown is something between like 5 to 10 minutes of just not eating anything and waiting for your dinosaur to not be sick anymore. And then you have to eat with an urgency. So it's really interesting, this mechanic of vomit sickness. And it's small for so long. Your Stego is so pristine. Thank you, Spud. As soon as it says, are you on a server with rules or playing no rules? I'm on an official server, so there are no rules on this server, which is why I'm not gonna go play with that Packy. Because Packies have a tendency to be hyper aggressive and just kill anything and everything. So, I mean, everybody has a tendency to be that way, but Packies in particular for some reason are that way. And so I think it's because it's kind of in their like behavior cue card when you are looking at like the dinosaur behaviors as written by the developers. So they're always like, you know, oh, I'm a Pachycephalosaurus, I'm gonna just kill everyone for no reason. So yeah, it's a whole thing. But I think I'm gonna move to carbs now, because my carbs are getting really low. So I'll just go that way. And it's marigolds. I wonder why it's calling so much. It might want to die. Sometimes if somebody wants to die, they'll just scream a bunch until someone comes to kill them. Ooh, so risky, no wonder you're extra cautious. Thick head, no brain, only bonk. Yeah, yeah. Yes, I'm always extra cautious, but especially on official servers, because people are just so unpredictable on official servers. You want to see the Pachycephalosaurus? Well, I actually am going to probably do a Pachycephalosaurus stream tomorrow because I've been wanting to do some herbies and just showcase herbies a little bit, because most of the streamers that are streaming are doing like carnivores. So I'm wanting to kind of show a little bit of what it's like to be a herbie, what it's like to be like a thinking player that plays a herbie. A really good person to watch if you guys want like top tier gameplay of someone who does herbies and carnivores is Meta. She's like extremely good and she's very entertaining, and she does her videos in like this documentary style. It's like a cross between like the Discovery Channel and Cops. You know that American television series Cops, bad boys, what you gonna do? Yeah, Meta's videos are like a weird a weird combination between Cops and like a nature documentary. 'Cause she's very good at PvP and she's just a good gamer in general. She's really good at predicting what other people are going to be doing and knowing what to do in order to be successful in accordance to what other people are doing. Yes, Meta is literally the Isle Meta. She's fantastic. I've been a fan of hers for a long time. Packy has great model transition from baby to adult. It really does. They did a really good job of making baby Packy look like Stiggy Moloch. And adult Pachycephalosaurus looks like a Pachycephalosaurus. They did a really good job with the transition. Love how she isn't murder happy even if she's a great PvPer. Yes, I like that about her too, because I'm also not that way. Especially, that's another reason why I wanted to showcase my Stego gameplay, because unlike other Stegos, I'm not going to interfere in a fight between herbies and carnivores just because I'm wielding a super weapon. I'm not going to like just throw my weight around and be like some kind of server policeman because I'm this big powerful tank. No, if there's two dinosaurs over there duking it out and the predator needs a meal, I'm going to let it have its meal and just mind my own business. The only time I'm ever going to interfere is if I see a baby Stego in danger. Then I'll run over and try to protect the baby Stego because I'm a female Stego. But even a male Stego in an altercation, he's probably on his own. Because in my opinion, my female, she wants to stay alone. She's happy by herself, but she kind of wants to be a mother. It's something that's going through her head sometimes. So if there's baby around for her to be maternal towards, she's gonna do it. Otherwise, she's just minding her own business, eating her little flowers. Yeah, she's a feminist, Stego. But she's not a TERF though. She's completely fine with trans Stegos. she she's very accepting. Long live the king. Exactly. Exactly. The best part of the Isle is all the different kinds of interactions you can have with other dinos. That's for sure a perspective. I think the best part of the Isle is just being a dinosaur. I actually happen to be one of the minority who does not like interacting with other people on the Isle unless I'm with a group of my friends already. And then I'll interact with other people. But I actually have a really hard time making friends in this game because I'm... Have you ever heard of the Dark Forest? Have you guys ever read the book, I can't even remember the name of it now. It's, what's it called? It's a Chinese author whose name I also can't remember, but they made a series of it on Netflix. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, hi Tyler. There's this theory that if humans keep broadcasting out into the universe that we are here, yes, the three body problem. If we keep broadcasting out into the universe that we are here, that eventually um, the person who is more like the group of beings who are more likely to respond to our broadcast are aggressive, um, as opposed to friendly. And the reason why we haven't heard any other people calling, like any other societies in the universe calling out to us, is because they all understand the dark forest principle, which is be quiet and keep your head low, because if anybody has the technological capability of coming to find you, they probably want to take over your resources and your world more than they want to just be friends with you for no reason. Like, you're basically like an anthill, and any being with the capability of intercepting your signal and then locating you in space is probably going to be like a human to your anthill. And so the principle of the dark forest is to be quiet and keep your head low. And that's how you can ensure your survival. Because the moment you make yourself known to others, the people who are more likely to respond to you and like interact with you are less likely to be friendly. Does that make sense? And using that principle, I suppose that's a relatively conservative principle. It's not very friendly. It's not very welcoming and accepting. But it is perfect in a survival setting. And because this is a survival game, while I'm a baby, which I very much still am, while I'm a baby, I don't mind facilitating these like conservative type survival strategies, because the reality is it is what is going to keep my baby Stego alive longer. If I were to be super friendly and outgoing and just like march out into the open, I'm more likely to be killed by predators, obviously. But I'm also more likely to meet Stegos who will just kill me for no reason, as opposed to being friendly to me. So I know it's like a little bit like paranoid. But if I really want to grow this Stego, if I really want to get to her potential, then I have to guard her jealously. And so my method of survival is avoidance. And that's just always going to be the way I am. Even though I'm not bad at PvP, I know that this way is a kinder way for me to grow. Because I'm not ending other people's days. You know, like, I'm not ruining anyone else's last hour and a half to 45 minutes of dinosaur growth. Because no one's attacking me. I'm staying to myself, and I'm not losing my progress either. I've been doing this stream now for how long? How long has the stream been going? An hour. So I've been doing this for an hour, and I'm still like a super baby. So can you imagine, once I've been doing this for like 3 hours, I'll only be like this far along, somewhere in here. And imagine dying at that point. I've given hours to this animal, and it's just gone. So, alright, let's see. Blackman says, I didn't read it, but I love the sci-fi concepts in the Dark Forest. Yes, 100%. Blackman, I highly recommend it, by the way. By the second book and the third book, it's one of the most horrifying things I've ever read. It's truly horrifying. Right up there with Daniel H. Wilson's Robopocalypse. If you guys like sci-fi, if you like sci-fi books, Robopocalypse is one of the most horrifying things I've ever read. I had nightmares. The things that those robots do to human bodies. Horrifying. Asuna says, considering how quiet that Pachycephalosaurus is now, I bet they found a big bad wolf in the dark forest. Yes, 100% Asuna. Spotify, you can't predict how other players are going to interact with you, so it's best to stay safe and distant. 100% Spud. Stego, hi review. Tyler says, I need to be on top of a mountain where I can see everything because this paranoia is getting old. Blind melon. Yeah, basically I'll go on top of a mountain soon. Lego my Stego. Yeah, I literally put that in the title. That's literally the title. I think I just have a weird playstyle myself. After delicate juvie stage, I just YOLO. If I die, I die. But I try to have fun in the moment. Yeah, 100%. Like, I know there are people that play this game that tell you that this playstyle is wrong or that playstyle is wrong. I heard Bosch recently say something along the lines of people that play like me that tell other people they're playing the game wrong are like basement dwellers and stuff like that. I agree that people that play the game like me aren't playing it quote-unquote correctly. There is no correct way to play this game. This game is a game, so you're supposed to have fun playing it. So however this game is going to give you the most satisfaction, that is how you should play it. But because I enjoy being a living dinosaur and I care about my baby girl here, my little Rani in the forest, because I care about my little moon Stego. I want her to live, and so for me to enjoy this, I want to grow this girl and let her live and be happy in her little forest. So that's how playing this game will be more fun for me. So it's probably actually the least entertaining stream. I'm probably the most boring The Isle streamer. But I also recognize that there are very few Isle streamers who are showing you this side of the game. Most of them are going out there, finding other people, getting into fights, living this quick, hard, violent life. And they're having heaps of fun doing it, and they're making the game popular because that looks like so much fun. Because that is what's fun to most people, is just going out there and like YOLO fighting with other dinosaurs, like dinosaur deathmatch. And that is loads of fun for lots of people, and I'm not going to bash it. I mean, it makes really entertaining content. And the people playing that way look like they're having tons of fun. So I'm not going to tell anyone they're playing incorrectly. But I also do not believe that I'm playing incorrectly either, because my baby's going to grow to 4. And she's super cute, and I like to just look at her. And she's my little moon Stego. Look at her. So I don't think I'm playing incorrectly either. So I don't think there is a correct way to survive. As long as your dinosaur is thriving and you're having fun, you're doing it the right way. I will say, however, that Dondi has made clear what he believes is like the way the game was designed to be played. And while I do think that I follow the design, like Kissing Kitten has said multiple times, if you are a raptor, you might want to like renegotiate whether or not you have any business attacking this animal if you are by yourself. Like, as a raptor, do you have any business attacking a Parasaurolophus if you're soloing? If you're like a super sweaty and you can handle that, then sure, you have business doing that. But if you fuck up one single time, your raptor's going to die. So if your goal is to survive and have babies and make like a huge The Isle raptor pack, then maybe you should not be attacking that Parasaurolophus as a single raptor. So, like, having heard the devs make comments like that, I feel like it's not bashing players who play the way that is popular to play, but what it is doing is it's kind of lending credit to people who play like me. Because my goal isn't, for me, this is fun. For me, just staying alive as a dinosaur in the woods is fun. And like having conversation is fun. And talking about science fiction. And, you know, this is what's fun to me. It's a super chill game. This probably bores people to tears. My ex-boyfriend, for example, he hates playing this game with me because of my playstyle. It bored him to death and he could not handle it. And I get it. Like, that's fine. He wants to go play like people do in the videos and stuff like that. That's perfectly fine, and he should go do that. But for me, that's not as fun as the, you know, me being a successful, happy little dinosaur in the woods. That's what's fun for me. I'm playing a different game right now. Wrong by not engaging with the mechanics, quest, whatever. But it's how I want to have fun. Exactly. 100% Blackman. But you're our favourite, the Isle streamer, Kate. Oh, Tyler. As someone who doesn't play the Isle, Tyler, I really appreciate that. Dino, live, yes. Exactly, Reboot. You aren't getting this thoughtful dino content anywhere else. I don't know. I think Meta is definitely a very thoughtful player. And she, I would say her playstyle is like a hybrid of mine and like what most people are doing when they play this game. Because she definitely is a good PvPer. She definitely engages with the other mechanics of the game. She's definitely going out there and like meeting other players and stuff like that. But she's also very thoughtful, and she, you know, uses her ability to predict what other people are going to be doing in order to enhance her survivability and stuff like that. She's just so clever. So if you find that you like this, but you want to see other aspects of gameplay and like someone who's super good at PvP and stuff like that, definitely look up Meta, because she's really good. But look how far along my moon Stego's coming. Look at her colors coming in. So she's definitely growing. Yeah, I think we'll be out of the baby phase really soon, which is exciting. And I will definitely show more of the map and stuff. I think I'm gonna let my my Stego I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be this Stego, just because I don't want to bore everyone to tears. And I'll probably switch to a different dinosaur here in a moment and start a new stream. Like, give everybody a little break and start a new stream as a different dinosaur. If you guys were to choose between dinosaurs on the roster, what would you guys most want to see next? Do you want to see a Pachycephalosaurus, a Dryosaurus, a Tenontosaurus, a Myosaurus, a Hypsilophodon, a Troodon, do you want me to pick my raptor back up where I left her? Do you want to see Carnotaurus? Do you want to see Pteranodon, Gallimimus, Bipisaurus? I'm sorry, Bipialsaurus. Or a Dibble, Pachyomaya, Hypsilophodon. Yeah, Hypsilophodon. It's just a little hipsy. It's like a little, it's really like a little bird dinosaur. Super cute. Bye, dino. I mean, I'm fairly certain like most animals, they probably are bi. But yes, Hypsilophodon, and then any of the carnivores. My least favorite animals to play are like Carnotaurus and Cerato. Those are my least favorite. I don't like them very much. But there's also Dilophosaurus, there's Gallimimus, there's... what else is there? Herrerasaurus. There's still no Parasaurolophus in this game yet. Unfortunately. No Parasaurolophus. But there's something close called a Maiasaurus. So Maiasaur would be the hadrosaur. There's an iguanodontid in this game called Tenontosaurus. There's a Stegosaurid, obviously Stegosaurus. No worries. Yeah, there's tons of different... Can you play a thesaurus? I can read one. But yeah. And if you guys don't want to decide, then, you know, I could just pick something else. I was going to play Pachycephalosaurus anyway, and Asuna said that that's what she wants to see, so I'll probably do that. I'll just end the stream and take a tiny little break, and then come back and make a Pachy. And play a little Pachy. Well, I'll start a new stream. But this one it is dedicated to my Stego, and I don't want to like be a Stego just for the first part of it and then switch to something else, because then that's not a Lego My Stego stream anymore. Now it's a tacky packy. I don't know what the differences between those dinos are. Okay, so Pachycephalosaurus is a bipedal ceratopsian. They're not actually ceratopsians, but they're very closely related to ceratopsians. So they headbutt things. It's kind of like mountain goat gameplay. And yeah, I can do Dilophosaurus as well. And I think that is your favorite dinosaur, isn't it? I can roll a dice and you pick the dinosaur that coincides. Dilophosaurus. Yes, 100%. Alright, let me see. Dilophosaurus. What is this protein over here? Is it a pretty flower? Oh, it's little beans. Little beans. Look how big I am. I just ate those in 2 bites. I'm getting huge. Okay. So I can't put up a poll yet because I'm not that popular yet, but I still want to vote. If you guys want me to stay on my Stego for a little bit longer, 1 in the chat. If you want to see me grow a purple Pachycephalosaurus, 2 in the chat. No, I don't think I can do polls. So 1 for Stego, 2 for Patchy. So Asuna wants to see me. Oh, 2 people want to see me stay as Stego. 1 person wants Patchy. It's okay if you can't decide, just pick a number. Okay, we're tied with Patchy and Stego. Do we have a tiebreaker? Do we have a tiebreaker? I guess I could always be the tiebreaker, but hopefully we'll get a little bit more engagement with the voting. Shut up, Tyler. Okay, there's a tiebreaker, so 3 patchies. Who's texting me? Oh, somebody that wants me to vote. I already voted. Excuse me. Okay, so... Okay, it looks like Patchy wins. Okay, Patchy wins. So I'm going to just, put my Stegolopterus in a bush. And if we want to revisit her at some point, we will. But look how well she's doing. She's really come a long way. Look how pretty! So we'll hide in this bush. And we'll go to sleep. I want to show you how cute it is when Stegos sleep. Oh, isn't it so cute? The runny Stego. Okay, I will definitely save my dinos and resume my streams so people can see the different dinos. But thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to take a really short break and get some water and stuff like that. Go to the washroom. And I'll be back in like 10-15 minutes with a patchy stream. A purple patchy Cephalosaurus. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. And I will see you in a moment.